Hello and welcome. This is going to be Theory Lesson 6, and it's going to be some high frequency phrases and briefs. The following letters were learned in the previous Theory Lesson 5, and that was the initial letters B, L, F, and M, and then the letter I, which is on the final hand, the EU. Okay, so now these outlines are also briefs, so they will represent a word in your dictionary. And so the B will be the word B-E, and that's just stroked with just the B, PW. The outline L, when you stroke the HR, your dictionary will read will. So the L will be will. Okay? And remember, it may sound a little bit weird that an L would represent a word that starts with a W, but you will get used to that and you will no longer think about it as you continue to practice that stroke and training your brain and your finger at the same time that is a will. The L is now will. So when you're going to write a sentence, say, will you please, you will write the L to represent the word will. Okay. The letter F represents the word if. So if you have a sentence, if it is okay, you would write the letter F for if. Okay? And the same with M. The letter M represents many, and the letter I represents I, as in I am. Okay, so I am going to read these letters, which will be translated into words, and we'll practice these. Okay? B, will, if, many, I, be, will, if, many, I, be, will, if, many, I. Okay, so with these phrases that we've learned, these 5 phrases, be, will, if, many, and I, some of these are going to be combined with a final hand letter that will create what's called a phrase, which is more than one word in one stroke. So the outline for L, which is will, and B on the final hand will be the phrase will be. So if you were to say a sentence like, I will be there, you would stroke I, and then the L and B for will be, so that makes one stroke instead of 2, and then you would stroke the words for the rest of the sentence. So that just took it from 3 strokes to 2. So will be, again, is L and B. Go ahead and stroke that. Will be. And then in your head say will be. Okay? And then the next phrase will be will thee. So the initial L for will and the final T for thee at the same stroke, in the same stroke, eliminating one stroke and making it 1 instead of 2. And then if thee, so it'll be the F and the T, if thee. Okay? So you'll stroke those at the same time and you'll have if thee, the F and the T. So let's stroke those a couple times. Will be. Will thee. If thee. Will be. Will thee. If thee. will be, will thee, if thee. Okay, now I'm going to go over all of what we just went over. Be, will, if, many, I, will be, will thee, if thee. Be, will, if, many, I, will be, will thee, if thee. All right, so now if you need to take, if you're taking notes, or if you have the Sten Ed book, which is what I am doing this theory with, if you don't have it and you wanted to make a note of what these words are, you can just write the words will be, will thee, if thee, and write the outline. You don't have to write HR, because now you're training yourself that HR is L, and now it's will. Okay, so write out the phrase will be, and then write L dash B. The dash will represent the middle. Okay, so anything before a dash will be on the initial hand, and anything after the dash will be on the final hand. So when you write out these English translations, also write out the outline for be, will, if, many, and I, which we've learned previously. All right, on the next video, we'll add these brief and phrases into sentences with punctuation. All right, I'll see you on that one.